guys, so it's Krista, and I am here to do a book tag by Mrs. Kelly Snape has tagged me. Sorry about my scruffiness today. I just got home from work and, you know, I'm in for the night, getting comfy, doing what I do. So I think the book tag was started by Priscilla at the Readables. It's called the Reading Routines Tag. And I will put some links below after I upload. And the first question is, when do you read? I read after work, after cooking dinner and eating and then sitting down. When most people are probably sitting down to watch TV, I sit down with a book. I can read while the TV is on, so I can still be in the room where people are watching TV. But if there's conversation or stuff going on, I can't pay attention. But if it's just the TV playing in the background, I'm fine with that. Although I can't listen to music or the radio while I'm reading, so that is kind of weird. Anyway, so I read after work, after dinner. And I usually read 2 hours a night, depending on how busy I am. If I'm really busy, I usually only get about a half an hour in before bedtime. But I read every single day. I also listen to audiobooks all day long, or in my car, or, you know, at least an hour or two every day, if not sometimes 4 hours a day. I listen to audiobooks all the time. I like reading on weekends. There's nothing more that I enjoy than just sitting around my house, honestly. I don't really like going out because I spend too much money when I'm out and about. So I'm better off just staying at home and staying away from the computer, which has been hard lately. But so I read at nights and on weekends, and I listen to audiobooks constantly. Where do you read? I have a chair that's behind you that I showed in a previous video, my question and answer video, but it's a wicker circle chair kind of thing, and it's really comfortable, and I used my office chair here to prop my feet up and just lean back and read, and it's really comfortable, and I have the cats and a big glass of water next to me. How many books do I read at a time? I usually am reading 3 books at a time, plus an audiobook. I've been known to read up to 5 if I just can't get into one. I keep rotating the books until I get into one, and that's just something I do. I have to find out what happens at the end of every book. I know some people don't waste their time, and I applaud you for that, but I spent money on the book, and I want to know what happens, and so I always finish a book, always. So, for example, I took the cover off of this, but this is Intrinsical by Lanny Woodland, and I am almost done with this one. I hope to finish it tonight. It's awesome. It's a ghost story that I just didn't see going the way that it did, and I love the twists and turns in it, and I can't wait to see what happens at the end. I believe this is going to be a trilogy. I don't think there'll be more than 3 in the Intrinsical, but oh, I bought this with a gift card, and I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I chose that one. Off my 1001 books to read before I die, my challenge is to read 50 of those. So I have started On the Road by Jack Kerouac, and I'm about 70 pages in on that. So whenever, you know, I get enough of this, I pick up some brain candy, and then I got this recommended to me, Divine by Mistake by PC Cast. Thank you, Jenna. And I have started that, so I'm interested to see where that goes too. So anyway, so yeah, so those are my 3 physical books I've started right now. I'm listening to an audiobook of, I can't remember the full name, but I think it's called Midnight for Charlie Bone. And it's I'm loving it, actually. So that's what I'm reading right now. Number 4 is, do you take breaks while reading? And yes, I do. Because I do drink a lot of water, and I'm sitting in one place, and my legs get tired sometimes. I usually take a break every half an hour, If I'm really into something, I'll sit for an hour. But I take breaks all the time. I like to section off my books. I know most people do it by chapters, but I like to do it by pages. So, so once I get done with so many pages, I can't say offhand how many it is at the moment, but anyway, yes, I take constant breaks. I get up and walk around to stretch my legs, process what I've been reading, and then sit back down and either pick up something else to read or get right back into what I was reading. Let's see here. Do you skim? I can't skim. I can't ever seem to maintain what's going on in a book when I just skim through the stuff. I always have to go back and reread and figure out what's going on and who's who, and I know some people can skim and they read fast, but if I get going too fast, I find my mind wandering and I have to keep going back and rereading things, so I'm just better going at a slow, and I know I'm a faster reader, but at a pace that I'm comfortable with, and just keep going. No, I don't skim. So number 6 is, how long does it take you to read a book? And that's kind of a loaded question, because, you know, it all depends on how much time I have to sit down every day and all of that, but the majority of the time, when I get to read every single day of the week, which is what I like, even with, let's say 2 dinners out, 7-day period with two nights out, but I still come home and read before bed, I still take 2 days to read a book, depending on how big it is. This book is pretty thick. It's about 600 pages, so this will probably take me about 4 days to read, I'd say. And whereas I read this book along with other books, so it's hard to say how fast I read a book because I rotate between books. But normally, if I choose one book and sit down and read it, I'll have this read in 2 or 3 sittings, so 2 or 3 days. Just depending on how busy my days are. That's kind of a hard question to answer. But that's all the questions. So, I know that Karen's kind of answered a lot of these questions, but Karen, if you want to do the tag, I want to see more videos by Jenna. So, if you have time, if you want to do this tag, I would like you to do it. She's at Live to Love Books, and I would love for her to put up some more videos, because I like watching her vids. I'm not exactly sure who else got tagged to do this video, because I'm not up on my YouTube video. So, Strat Chick, let's get to know you a little bit more, huh? So you guys have been tagged, and I will see you soon, and happy reading!